Peace, peace. What's going on? We're on Sample Challenge Reviews 190 after show. And of course we got some brothers in here. Not everybody was able to make it because it's late timing. But I'm happy we got, especially we got last week's winner in here, which we didn't do an after show last week. So I'm gonna talk to last week's winner before we start because he wasn't able to talk then. I know you've been in a different after show, but we still got you. Tudor, what's going on, my brother? Mr. Artifex in the building.
How you doing?
Good, man. So last week, man, you got your joint, you got your picks.
Yeah,
Once again, you're in England, right? Here
yeah,
goes
man.
Rocco. I tried to call
Yeah.
you on the phone and everything. Yo, Rocco. Calling me for? Because I thought you was outside smoking a cigar or something. I didn't know, using the bathroom, using the potty. All right. So what's good? Shout out to Tudor for winning last week. We didn't do an after show last week. And he's here. Tudor, he picked his top 4 because he picked his 5 in case it hit 50, but we only hit 48. So we got a top 4, and then me and Rocco's picks. And Tudor, who was your number 4?
Number 4 was Steve Cunning.
Steve Cunning, Supa Ugly.
Yeah.
And what was the reason? What made you decide to pick number 4?
Well, basically I've written everything down because my memory is terrible. Yeah, just a different style that sort of stuck out to me. The chops in it were really subtle and just sat nicely in the mix.
Definitely.
The main synth line just like sucked me into the tune basically. Structure was really good and sort of built up towards the end. And yeah, the drums complemented the melody really nicely as well.
Yeah, going Supa Ugly is your first time on after show now. I know you did it a long time ago with us, but
I did the first one, the very first after show, bro.
And you're talking about like when Analog was doing shit, right? Like,
we were young and beautiful at that time.
we go back.
Well,
and no craze, nothing. Yo, so Supa Ugly. Let the people know where you're from.
I'm from Paris, France. So yeah, born and raised in France. I'm in the sample challenge since around number 50.
Yeah,
50, 55.
Damn, it's crazy how fast these weeks go.
Yeah.
How long you been making beats for?
It's pretty well. It's a long story, but to make it short, I started in '98, stopped around 2001, 2002. Wait for like maybe more than a decade, and came back to beat making in 2015.
Okay, and you've been getting into challenges. I see you come in Sprack, and you play the guitar, right? So
yeah, I play the guitar. I have 4 guitar, a bass guitar. I play keys. I try to play I try to really insert. I mean, I love sample music, and I love to make drums on my MPC. I love to chop samples and to use them, but I like to put the more of my DNA into my beats, so that's why I like to play instruments over it and complement the samples and the drums with my own melodies and chord progression. And well, it's not like something spectacular. A lot of people do that, but that's what I like to do. So
you use the Renaissance?
yeah, MPC Renaissance. Right now I'm using the MPC Renaissance and the Push 2 with Ableton Live 11. And I have a Novation Ultra Nova synthesizer, which is pretty cool.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, it's interesting because all the patch and preset, you can download them on the internet, and you can put them into the synthesizer, and with the sound cards in it, you can have like new presets, and you can even like there's an editor, you can create your own presets from scratch. And so yeah, it's really cool. And there's a vocoder, that's why there's a mic.
Oh, you've been doing an auto tune, huh? You been getting an
no. I'm being a Daft Punk wannabe.
Gotcha.
Vocoder.
Caught you. Yeah, yo, Supa Ugly was playing, and people were watching. Supa Ugly was playing in a 200 sample challenge in Paris, France, and because of the COVID, which messed the whole things up, especially losing my father, we can't do it to the 200. We'll wait for the future. We're gonna do it. So all you people out there in Europe,
inshallah,
you know what I mean, and people are in here, we're out there. We're gonna be out there sooner or later. You know what I'm saying? Don't think we're not gonna be out there. And hopefully some other Americans besides me and Rock will go out there too. You know what I mean? Because we all like to get away. You know what I mean? And I know that Jamal's can't be just going anywhere because of his personal situations and shit. You know what I mean? That's why I know I can't be like, Jamal, you coming to the 200th? He's like, you already know the answer, Stress. Don't even ask me and shit. But we did see him at the 2-year anniversary. He drove down to Amy's house on a 2-year anniversary. It was dope. That was a good time. So let's go to number 3.
So number 3, I've got Kes-a.
Yep. The Kes-a. Yeah, that's why you got. I haven't been able to get him on here, but you can explain why you picked him. Go ahead.
Basically, yeah, just his chops just created a lot of energy. It's really catchy all the way through. Swing from the beat and the chops was complemented by the bass really nicely and sort of tied it all together. Switch up was really replayable as well. Like the end bit was like super dope. Yeah, perfect for an MC. That's what I've got.
Shout out to Kes-a, man. I've been trying to get him in these after shows because Kes-a's a very, very dope producer. Salute to him. I know it's probably because of his timing. You know what I mean? And then let's go to number 2.
2 is BERG. Basically, yeah, you all know he's like got perfect layers. His structures are always perfect in his tunes. Blended really cleanly. And every element just like ties with each other and has its own place in the mix. Yeah, I think his sort of beat sort of speaks for itself, really, to be honest.
Yeah, he's out there in Norway with Beggz and Acon. I don't know if you guys know each other personally. You guys know each other personally or no?
Nah, I don't know him, but he's a fucking beast. He's killing it every time.
He knows how to get it.
He's dangerous. He's one of the not so new, but I will say newcomer that really impressed me, and I was like, holy shit, the level is getting seriously high.
Yeah, he's real dope. So let's go to who won this week. Who's number 1?
Number 1 is Rune.
Yes.
Acon, huh?
Yeah,
and
man.
we finally got him in here because last time I feel like he felt kind of upset with me because he wanted to get through the after show. Well, Beggz, you are in the after show. And why did you pick him?
Just like the intro just sucked me straight into the tune. Just like the melody he had going on. Interesting throughout the whole tune that kept you captivated, and just just different things going on constantly. The layers all sat perfectly together. It all sounded like it was sort of everything like belonged together, all the elements, and you couldn't tell that they were like put in over the top, really. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, just a really dope beat.
Okay, Beggz and Acon, one of our first producer corner Norway producers in the building. And crazy too, right? And how long you been making music for?
Yeah, man. I feel like I'm a product of the producer corner, kind of, because I made kind of maybe 2 beats before I came in. Yeah, man. So I was in there like from episode 14. So TPC 14. That's and I felt like welcome, like from the get-go, and I always like really wanted to. Yeah, I always wanted to impress and always want to like reach up to the level of these monsters on this challenge. And it's a true honor, and
I mean, I'd like to ask you this, but you show us in the video. What do you use? I know you got a few things.
Yeah, now on this one, at least I use my Machine Plus, like main thing. I love that machine, wow, to death. And then I chain it into 2 Chaos Korgs, one mini and one KB3 Plus, a big one, and then into the SP404, and I use them all. So I turn off the drums, put some effects on the machine, and also on all these. And yeah, it was fun. It's a real dope. My first standalone setup. So yeah.
Well, that's dope, man. And you're in Norway.
Yes, sir.
Do you know any of the Norway producers personally besides Crazy?
No, we have like this chat going on the side, so we have a good talk. We share like information, and yeah, it's a good like side group in the TPC. We have like TPC Norway also. I don't know, we're like 10 or 14 people more or less active.
Are you serious?
From Norway there? So yeah, I was the first one. Then Crazy came after a couple episodes, and then the rest came suddenly because we have like a hip hop Norway group where somebody found somebody without knowing me much, you know, they found it, and one of the administrator, I think it was Amp, Marius Amp, who invited everyone from that group, and yeah, and then we got a big bunch of people.
Connie and Pariah Rebel, so many y'all. Symphonics from out there too.
Yeah.
Yo, like all y'all. I don't even want to skip a name. Shout out to all the Norway producers, and that means you got a job this week, Beggz. You know, you got to be the judge.
Yeah.
I need you again next week in the show. You know, like,
good luck to you.
It's bittersweet thing winning this challenge, because trying to get the winners in top 5 of all this, that's so hard. But it's real fun winning though.
My honorable mention for this week was the You Thought Wrong joint by brother Soundmindz.
That shit was hard, yo. That shit was super.
Baby, you built that Debbie Taylor, man. It's just I wanted to hear the singing, and you chopped it up nice. Just a nice arrangement of different instruments. You know how you do. You just you know what I mean? Replayability is up there, you know what I'm saying? I could see an MC presence on there, so
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
In the building. You know, I'm gonna take it. You got something to tell people before I go to my pick?
Oh no. I'm just here.
Soundmindz, a man, a few words, bro. I'm telling you.
but Soundmindz, you are one of those I really wanted to like reach and fight against. Like you've been like a standard for me to try to reach all the way.
Oh, I appreciate that. That's humbling right there. That's really humbling.
So we're gonna go to my pick, who's still in here, my brother Mr. Beatnerd and shit. Mr. Beatnerd,
my guy.
Your style, man. I mean, you got it like not only got lo-fi, but you got everything else in the mix of it at the same time. You know what I mean? You could say the boom bap and everything else. It's all like mashed in one, and how you do it, where you throw a sound in there, which is a sound from one of the record somewhere. You might just hear it once or twice in there, and fucking shit is dope, brother, man. I my Beatnerd, I went you, and then my next one would have been, I was looking at Jay the Maestro, or you know what I mean?
Word.
Beatnerd, you, man, my pick this week, man. You got what you want to say to the people? I know.
All right, well, appreciate that, man. First, I want to say this so I can get this off my chest about Beggz and Acon. If you go to his YouTube page, go to his music. Before you play it, smoke a nice J. Then play it. Let it play all the way through. It is some of the most dopest shit you ever heard in your fucking life. My favorite song from him is a song called My favorite song from him is called Agent 00 Soul. It is It is ridiculous. So I had to get that off my chest since because me and Ron, we always keep missing each other when we're trying to talk to each other. So finally got him. So
subscribe to that Beggz and Acon YouTube.
Yeah, you guys, you can all say your YouTubes if you want. Subscribe. What's your YouTubes? Let people. Supa Ugly. What's your YouTube?
That's a good question. I don't even remember.
Why you look? I mean, whenever I
Um,
see you guys after the producer's corner, I just subscribe right back. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, just find me on SoundCloud. It's gonna be easier.
SoundCloud, yep. I mean, you go. I mean, go ahead, ruin you guys all can say your joints if you got one.
Yeah.
well, for
I
me,
thought
well, go ahead,
one
Ron.
of
Go
the
ahead, Ron.
one of the latest projects I've done is like trying to grow up, become more grown up, become serious. So I started releasing finger drum videos on TikTok.
Oh yeah. But
Like a grown up.
it's the big. It's no, seriously, it's the big trend at the moment for
Yeah,
music.
my son always.
I see a lot of but I
Yeah,
see,
yeah.
But
I
it's a
see a
scene
lot of
there.
musicians there. People like sampling videos, making beats with it. There's like a famous girl. We were talking in the TPC. Someone posted a video of a girl who sampled a cat meowing and making a beat out of it and singing over it. And when I was searching, because I was like, who is she? And apparently she's like a voice, like a official voice for like some Disney movies or TV show.
Yeah, that's
You know,
right.
so it's crazy. And she's on TikTok, and there's a lot of people on TikTok like that.
A lot of people out here, people get their numbers up on on TikTok. So
Yeah, definitely.
that's the only thing keeping us back. We think it's just for the younger people.
But I always gotta give an honorable mention to Tuner Low Keys with his scratching, man. This boy can scratch, man, right here.
Thank you very much. I will say there's a lot of editing involved there as well.
Word, this shit was dope, man. This shit was really dope. As far as me with YouTube, Beatnerd, there you when you type it in, you'll find 4 or 5 of them. I'm the only one with the green check mark.
All right.
I'm the only certified trademark Beatnerd out there. So
let me go get that right.
You guys will be watching this on YouTube, so it's easy for you to look down after you watch this. You know what I mean? And you're in YouTube right now, because after we do this, this will be on YouTube. But I'm gonna let you guys get to what y'all was doing. We appreciate you guys. You know what I mean? Hopefully see y'all next week for Beggz and Acon to make his pick. You know what I mean? I'm hoping everybody likes. Do you guys all like the playlist thing? I think it's cool.
Yeah, it's dope, man. I like it. It was dope.
Yeah. I like the playlist.
Yeah.
Especially if you can sneak.
I mean, if you guys got playlists.
So.
Yeah, I'm sure that Beatnerd's got some playlists and shit. Yeah, I know he's got some joints and shit.
Bro, they're all on my wall.
Nah, but the playlist
It's a nice wall.
Thanks, man.
I think 4 or 5 the most. You know how the first one I did 6. You know what I mean? Because you know, I guess the albums was too much information for people to go look through it all. To me, when I get records, as soon as I find something, I'm fucking with that. You know what I'm saying? Just the way I am. I don't like keep going and shit. You know what I mean? Unless I play and I don't like it, and then I hear something later, I'll be like, damn, I should have used that. That's probably why everybody goes through everything. Is they might be pissed because they missed that 4th record they didn't look at or something.
Yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
love that whole digging part of sampling.
Yeah.
So you're searching for that sample that people might want to, like, won't listen to like the whole album, and you find that one little sample that people have missed.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like that.
Yeah.
And you think it, and then when you do it, you still catch like another person who did the same thing you did, but they used it different. You're like, oh,
yeah.
You know, that's why not with this last sample challenge, but the other 2 before it, that's why I took something from every single sample that I liked, because that was something that used to bother me too. Like I would pick a sample, disregard everything else, and then I would hear something nice in a different sample. I'm like, oh shit, I could have put that in there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I like the playlist, and even the albums was good with me too. Like the whole album.
Limited to one song, you know what I'm saying? You might just you'll find it different. You know, you might need one more little sound to go with your beat. for it to be complete.
I mean, the one
be in a different selection. So.
The one song's good for like the head-to-head or something when there's not as many.
Yeah,
But when I posted it in the sample challenge group, there's more votes for the one song than there is for the playlist and the album. And I'm like surprised.
Yeah.
You know, like a lot more.
Yeah.
I think that has a lot to do with, you know, a lot of people probably don't want to take the time to listen to more than just that couple of minute song, you know.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
It's something. It's like when it's 3-hour album, and it's gonna be I get tired before I start making the beat, trying to find the sample.
People just not decisive, you know what I'm saying? So they need that limitation.
Yeah.
Some pressure makes the diamonds, you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
if you think about how like hip hop sort of came about and like early 90s, like how they'd sample from like 4 or 5 different tracks just to make one beat.
Yeah.
So that's what I like about sort of sampling.
I like that too. Yeah. Create your own shit from a bunch of shit, you know.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
But there's a sample ID, and I did that this time too. I sampled. It's a guy on TikTok, plays beautiful guitar things, and he says, "Please sample me." So I did that, and I used that also with the sample challenge, and then I won. So I just I had to make it clear so you guys don't forget it.
Hey, I think I've seen that guy. I think he does piano ones too, like on Instagram, I think.
Yeah, he does some.
Yeah.
So that's good fun.
That's one of the good thing with TikTok is the you have a duo functionality, so you can take a video that you like, and so you split the screen in two. You have the original video, and you can play. So sometimes
you can make remixes and shit.
Yeah, so you can sometimes people just used to answer to someone saying something or just play instrument, or so it can be really creative. So it's really cool.
If I may, I'll give another example. It's a finger drummer dude. I don't remember his name. He's one of the dopest. He's a black dude.
I think you know what I'm talking about.
And this rapper, he made a whole video, a whole 1 minute music video out of that finger drumming and rapping over it, you know. So like he woke up in bed, started rapping, and went outside, and like when he changed up the beat, he was outside waiting for the bus, and like he had a whole day in 1 minute with a rap as a duo to a finger drummer's thing. It's kind of amazing.
I like it when like a guitar player be playing and the drummer's playing and another, but that's dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just you gotta do it, make sure that it's all on time. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? If you're doing it live, you know what I mean? Like, you know, that's why you can't really do it like that out here, because last night I was playing one of 9 songs and 9 was like saying the rhyme and he was like off and shit. He doesn't realize it's a different, you know what I'm saying? Like, but anyways, I'm gonna let you guys, anybody got anything left to say?
Yeah, producers come to TPC producers come to TikTok, so we can be more people and spreading the word about TikTok and TPC, and don't buy TPC t-shirt on Wish.
Yeah, producerscorner.net. That's the only place you go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean. Definitely, man. Yo, I seen people are hitting inbox and showing me that. I'm like, yo, they're still doing this. Like, yo, people try to get money any kinds of ways. There's Producer Corner Instagrams out there too. There's only one, and you'll see there's one. You know what I mean? And other people try to do it, whatever. And I see people follow them, and I hit them up if they know us. I'm like, that's not us, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, they'll do it to anybody. 9 said they did it to him, and Howie T said they did it to him. Like they'll just take your name and try to get numbers off it.
At least your name's big enough for them to want to do it anyway.
Yeah.
So that's a compliment in a way, isn't it?
A way to look at it.
Of course. I mean, but we, you know what I mean? We just keep growing. I mean, we might be in the 20s, like on we're doing the shows, but one thing about it, we didn't never stop. You know what I'm saying? We go through the downward and go up and go down, but we don't never stop. We continue always to do this 190 weeks. You know what I mean? How many people could say they continuously did 190 weeks? You know what I'm saying?
Can anyone say it? Can anyone else say it?
Even seasons or episodes on shows you watch, they still take breaks and shit. You know what I'm saying? We keep going and shit. You know what I mean? So
the sample challenge is this is the only reason really I got back into producing again. I'd stopped for like 2 years and then I tried the sample challenge, and just like the sort of atmosphere and everyone sort of vibing off each other and the competing and like how quickly you improve from competing with these people was it's mad.
You guys are all dope. You know what I mean? And you were top 4 in the head-to-head, right? Tudor was in the top 5,
That's a sore subject. That's a sore subject, that one.
Man, Steele and Bernadette, their daughter. I'm not gonna shout out to them. I'm not gonna have them judging no more. That was just for that specific.
Yeah, I'm to be honest, I'm just happy I made that beat and I can listen to that for myself anyway now. So
I'll be doing that again in the future if you guys ready and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean.
But I'm gonna let you guys go. You guys have a blessed week. See you guys next week on the live. You know what I mean?
Your masterpiece.
Love you guys. Thanks for this time.
Remember one thing, love is love always.
Thank
you.
you.
Always.
Peace.
See you next week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Next week.